And I'm confident, as Britain's first Muslim minister, that inshallah, in the next 30 years or so, we'll see a prime minister in this country who happens to share my faith.
This is a total death cult takeover, and Zuckerberg and all of them are now making deals to report Muslims in countries that criticize Islam so they can be killed. But it's okay because he's liberal and smiles and has an Asian wife, so it's okay. We're murdering everyone. We're Zuckerberg. We're liberal. Liberal. And, you know, it's all totally sick because they believe Islam has the numbers and it's still primitive. They've made us not primitive with a defense mechanism. We're like dodo birds just waiting there to be, you know, hit over the head. This is happening. But who was the member of parliament? We actually found the clip who said, you know, every 10 years we double.
Malik.
What's his name?
Shahid Malik.
Yeah, we're going to play that clip right now. Let's play the clip of that member of parliament. Here it is.
I'm proud of the achievements of the Muslims of this country from '97. In 1997, we got our first Muslim MP. In 2001, we had 2 Muslim MPs. In 2005, we had 4 Muslim MPs. Inshallah, in 2009-10, we'll have 8 Muslim MPs. In 2014, we'll have 16 Muslim MPs. At this rate, the whole parliament will be Muslim. But just to say, in case there are journalists here today, that is not my objective. But you know, we've got 4 Muslim MPs. There should be 20 Muslim MPs in Parliament. And inshallah, very shortly we'll see that. And I'm confident, as Britain's first Muslim minister, that inshallah, in the next 30 years or so, we'll see a prime minister in this country who happens to share my faith.
You know what's sick? Their cultures can't even operate because they're so evil. And then we just roll over when we've got everything and just say, take it all and destroy us. And
We've got
go ahead, sir.
We've got a Muslim mayor of London, Sadiq Khan.
Oh, yeah, banning women in bathing suits and advertising and saying he's not a, quote, Uncle Tom. He is for Islamic takeover. And then making jokes about the terror attack last week. What a piece of filth. Let's talk about him.
Not allowing Christian advertisement on buses, but allowing advertisement that says praise to Allah. Currently banned the Sikh community from celebrating their celebration on the 29th of April. He's putting bans, so he's dictating to them. So when he said, Shahid Malik, we will have a prime minister that shares our faith, mark my words, you can bring this video up in 4 years' time. Once he's finished being the mayor of London for 4 years, he will become the leader of the Labour Party. The left and the liberals, as they did in London, will swarm for him and vote for him as a great sign of tolerance. That sign of tolerance, who is he working for? That's what I want to know. The same as the one I exposed. Who is this man working for? What are his interests?
Is it the inbreeding that makes these guys, no matter what country it is, look so insane? I mean, or is it satanic? Because there's just like a crazed evil about it. I mean, how would a bunch of men show up at a concert, that never happens in the West ever, and just start raping women? I mean, if I saw men raping women, I don't care if it was 20 of them. I mean, I'm not bragging. I would attack them. I mean, I don't understand this. I don't understand what the hell's going on here.
When you read the cases, it's brother-in-laws. So men with their wife's brother, with their dad. I'll tell you another case from a father I met from Blackpool who come to me crying and breaking down and crying because his daughter had been groomed and taken as a victim. And the young Muslim that was raping her rang the dad's phone and left it on the side while him and his father raped her. So the dad listened to it. These sort of things, when you hear this, yeah, people think it's unbelievable. Pick up, read the government report.
Why is it that the Muslims like to, like you said, we're going to rape your daughter, we want you to listen now? It's like it's an enjoyment too. It's a pleasure.
Because by taking our women, it's the first thing to attack is our women. It's the first as a sign against us to destroy us, destroy the daughters. You hear them saying it.
Remember the Imam of Jerusalem, the head Imam goes, they are weak, we will take their women, you're so good. And then the left's like, yes, yeah.
If you look at an interview by one of the leading Al-Qaeda operatives years ago, and they give their plan for Europe, and in their plan from Europe, they predict the American invasion of the Middle East, and then they say that the next invasion, which will be Syria, our forces will be too weak because of the previous ones, and they'll be able to establish a caliphate. And then when it gets to 2016, it says the Islamic invading army will invade Europe. And at the start of 2016, attack the women. What happened on New Year's Eve in 2016? 2,000 women were attacked in Cologne by 1,000.
And they're teaching us to accept it, and now they have 3 million more about to come across from North Africa with the head of the EU ordering her to let them in. But let's explain. John Brennan admittedly converted to Islam more than 20 years ago in the CIA. He was a communist before. He's the guy that's sworn to bring down Trump. The reason it all seems messianic and the Muslims think they're invincible now is traitors in Western governments have laid out a blueprint to capitulate to Islam, bring it in, make all other Western freedom end to, quote, serve them. The problem is Erdogan's launching it early, saying, I'll burn down Europe unless you submit to me. So I think their greed is what's going to undo them. What is the hope? Tommy Robinson, how do we defeat them?
Well, I don't know why they don't just shut up, because they'll win anyway. Just be silent. You don't need to blow things up. You're in France, you're having 7.1 children. In France, in England, you're having 5.6. So when you say what is the hope, the hope the hope is up until 12 to 18 months ago, I had no hope. I had no hope. Donald Trump getting in, I think for us, gave us hope. It's a change. Geert Wilders rising. I'm looking at 4 years' time at the election. I don't think it's this election. I think they'll be able to stop Marine Le Pen again. But in 4 years' time, Geert Wilders will win. Le Pen will win. When we get a leader win in Europe, whether it be the Swedish Democrats, when the first leader comes in Europe who challenges Islam, who not just challenges it, but enforces the laws that are already here. When they break the law, you enforce the law. But in the minute we don't, we let them do what they want. When you try to enforce the law, you realise you can't. You could not enforce the law now on 4%. You have to understand that only 4 to 5% of the UK is Muslim. Look at the chaos caused. What do we think as a country is going to be?
And what number normally, isn't it once they hit 10%, they always try to take over?
Yeah, 10%, but they're starting already at 5%. Look at Europe. Look, so it is 10%. But I say to people,
France is over 10% now. And look,
seven, I believe. No, it's coming up to 10, is it? Yeah.
But that's the document. They think there's like another 5 million illegals. Well, what about illegal numbers? I mean, we know about, what about the countless videos of the hijacking cars and robbing everything and just running around foaming at the mouth?
I sat down with my local imam when I spoke about the figures for Luton. And I said to him, we have, what it's supposedly at the time was 60,000 Muslims. Double it. That's what he said straight away. Double it.
Let's go to Debit in Florida. Debit in Florida, you're on the air.
Great. Hey, thank you so much. Listen, I have bought your product, and I gotta say they're amazing. Anyone who's on the fence, buy it, because I've got Caveman, Superman Vitality, Secret 12, Vitamin Mineral Fusion. I've got the body armor.
Wow, thank you. Wow. You're the type of listener that makes it all possible. Which nutraceutical does you like best?
I really like the Vitamin Mineral Fusion, to be honest. That's
amazing.
Really incredible. I drank it in the morning, and I swear to you, I felt incredible. Like I haven't felt in weeks. My morning was fantastic, and I love you guys. I love the InfoWars crew, and I just want to, I want to take this opportunity to tell anybody out there who's on the fence. Just buy it. You will love it. I'm telling you, I've never bought a bad product.
What you find in our news is the same thing you find in our products at InfoWarsLife.com. It's a win-win, InfoWarsLife.com.